Assalamu alaikum, this is Varda and the topic is sexual reproduction in flowering plants, part 2, in which I will talk about the formation of gametes. So let's start. Basically, there are two reproductive structure in the plants. Number one is androecium and then the Ganusian. Androecium is called the male reproductive part of the flower, which produce two sperms and tube nucleus, and in Ganusian there will be ovule and fusion nucleus. So let's start with the androecium. Basically, in anther you can see the structure. This is the anther. In the pollen sac, the pollen grain will be formed. Now, how the pollen grain will be formed? Let's take a look. We will start from the Diploid Sporophyte, which is 2N. Okay. This is Diploid Sporophyte and it undergoes meiosis. So this is sporophyte, that's why it's produced spores which are haploid in number as a result of meiosis, and then these are also called microspore, which are quite smaller than the macrospore, which will produce in the Ganusian, the female part, reproductive part of the flower. Now it's undergo further germination and cell division, which is called mitosis. In mitosis, it will produce tube nucleus and the generative nucleus. Now, from the generative nucleus, further cell division will be occur, and which is called mitosis. As a result of mitosis, two sperm cells will be produced. So again, I am going to tell you from the Diploid Sporophyte. It will produce spores which are haploid in number, and after the mitosis, tube nucleus and generative nucleus will be formed. In generative nucleus, further cell division will be occurred, and then the two sperm cells will be obtained. So we have the male gametes. These are the two sperms and the tube nucleus. Now let's start with the Ganusian. You can see the female reproductive part. This is the ovary in which ovule is produced. It will produce the ovule and the female fusion nucleus. Let's start with the ovary. Ovary undergo meiosis and it will produce spores which are haploid in number, and you can also say these are megaspores or microspore. Again, I am telling you these are quite small, bigger than the microspore. So it will undergo further cell division, and which is called mitosis, and as a result, the large nucleus will convert it into the ovule, which is also called ovum, and this is haploid in number. And the fusion nucleus will be formed, which is diploid in number, and basically the associated structure in which the two smaller cells fuse together. So that's why this is called fusion nucleus. These are associated structure which are always present with the ovule. So in Ganusian, we will obtain ovule and the fusion nucleus. So this is all about the gamete formation in the sexual reproduction of flowering plants.